Mixing your resin is super easy. You can do it without weighing it. You can just eyeball it the same amount in each cup. So you've got half and half. You've got them in there 2 separate cups. You've got 2 little sticks. This was 1 skewer broken half. You've got 2. You can figure out a way you want to hold your cups. And stir them both now for 3 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, now we've mixed for 3 minutes, so now we mix them together. Making sure that you get out as much as possible. Now you take that 1 cup and now you stir again. Okay, so after stirring for 3 minutes, you are ready to go. And it's time to just dip your fingers in, make sure you're wearing gloves. And completely just rub all the way around and set on parchment paper.
Come down into the light a little more. Oh, there you go. Now I can see. And if you could set them in the light, it'd be great. And
You're only going to need 1 coat, unless you have something special that you're trying to fill in holes or whatnot. These are all done in markers. I will do one that was done in paint so that you can see it still all works the same. And I was also gifted one that was, this one has been sealed before, and I'm going to show you that you can seal it with resin even though it's been sealed. Just make sure you're getting all around the rock, so even after you seal it. And there's the artist of that rock. And here's another rock that was gifted to me that was already sealed. And she signed the back of her rock too. If you're doing the little ones like this, you can do a lot with just a little 2-ounce cup. So it does not take a lot since you're not pouring it. Just make sure it's not wax paper that you're using.
wow.
And if these rocks look a little familiar, I am the one that uses Blendoodle, and so these are Blendoodle rocks. I'm sure you've seen a few of them posted with step-by-steps. And I'm getting my 4th of July rocks ready. That was one I have not posted yet. all the back of my rocks are labeled as well, and I always put my little signature on the bottom. This is my blend doodle that ended up looking like me. And my Hooters, his job application he was checking out. One of the reasons it's good to use resin on your rocks is they're really good for weather, and since I'm in Vegas, and this is what your corn looks like if you leave it outside, resin's good for weather. This is a blend doodle I taught my husband to blend doodle, and this is one of his blend doodles. So cute. There's a train. Well, there's an example of blend doodling. There's the front of my rock, and there is my palette. And this is a whole different kind of rock than the rocks like that. And it is perfect for resin, and it was shaped like Nevada. This rock, the background was actually done with Posca pen and water. This is a whole new pen for me. This is the latex paint pen, so this is my first time selling one of these, so we'll see if it smears. So far it looks like it's not running or anything.
The Liquitex.
We will find out how Liquitex works. Here's another one adding water to Posca pen and using it for background. And you can get down in your cracks if you actually want to get down into them and really fill them. You can, as long as you're wearing gloves. Don't be afraid of it. And yep, sometimes poop just happens. This was a very holy hard rock to do. But I'm not a quitter, so I ended up with a blue doodle storm. Kind of cool. I did a bunch of the heart rocks that we are all hiding on July 1st in our rock groups. That was one of them. Never did a bug before, but I did a heart bug. I love doing the little pocket-sized rocks. They're perfect. And awesome on metallic paint. I love metallic paint and resin. Now you can just move them around if you need, because I need room for one more big rock. And this one has the weirdest shape, and that's why I kind of went with the painting I did. You want to make sure it gets all rubbed in, including all over the back, the bottom. But if you wanted to, you could fill this dip in by just waiting a little bit and adding more. You could tape it off. You could fill, there's a lot of things you can do with resin. But if you're just putting a clear resin on rocks, I'm done with all my rocks. I still have resin. You can do resin pours, you can add paint, a lot of things that you can do. But as you see, they're not sticking. They're all fine. Make sure they're not touching each other because they will stick together when they dry. And what resin I have left, I am going to watch my husband do a paint pour for me. And I'm making sure everything is on paper. If it is not, it will stick. Still have some resin, so I could have done all these rocks. I only used half of that. That's how you resin really easy. Stay tuned for part 2. When they're dry, I will video picking them right up, put them in your pocket. Thank you.